Hello everyone, this is HJ Halloween, and today I am back with another super exciting build video. So I first want to apologize to those of you that were expecting this video. I got a couple of comments on my video that I uploaded about a week ago of people saying, where is the new video? Because I did post over on my Instagram that I was going to be doing that my dad was going to be putting the actual haunted house together on the 4th or the 5th, and here we are, it's the 6th, and you guys still have yet to see a video. Well, now you're seeing it. But basically the reason that I wasn't able to get it out that quick was because my dad took a lot longer to do it than he thought. He started on the 3rd and he got bits and pieces done each day. He ended up finishing it, I think, yesterday, and so I hadn't gotten enough work done inside of it to make it its own build video. I also just have kind of had a busy schedule this week, so I hadn't really had a chance to film something, and like I said, I wanted to get a little bit more done before I made a whole separate build video, because you guys have seen several videos on the walls. Even though the plywood was a new addition, you've already seen videos on the walls, so I didn't want to just do it with the plywood. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is HDJ_Halloween, or you can go ahead and click the link at the top of the description. I also want to just warn you, if I do sound a little bit weird, it's because I've lost my voice a little bit. But let's go ahead and get started with the garage. So as of now, this is how it is going to be until October 31st. The haunted house is going to be running for 4 days though, so I'll likely be able to get a little bit of a tour video and a couple other videos done before October 31st, but I may or may not actually just post them on October 31st, since that would be more appropriate. But this is what I did last night, and this is just a sort of backdrop here that I'm not sure where I got this. I just had this in one of the Halloween bins, and it's not the same as the one that I have gotten from Spirit Halloween, which I'm going to show you in a second, which is this stone backdrop. So I wanted to use a different stone backdrop, one because I got enough stone backdrop to do the the first and the last hallway, so I didn't know if I was going to have enough to do this front portion as well if I wasted some on that. So I figured why let this go to waste and why not use some of it. So I think it ended up looking pretty good, and it kind of contrasts the inside, so it's not going to be exactly the same on the inside and the outside. It has a little bit of air that's kind of getting underneath of it. I may need to add a little bit more clear tape to connect the second piece to the first piece. But the other thing that I haven't done yet is there is going to be a giant sign here that says haunted house. People know what's up when they come here. We are going to start advertising it pretty soon. Hopefully I'll get those flyers done this weekend. And this is what I actually just did today. It took me a really long time, so this is the only wall that I'm going to be doing right now, but I think it looks really, really good. And it's tough because it's just one person, it's just me. If I had my dad here to help me, which he is not here, then it would be a little bit easier, but it's hard when I don't have someone to hold it from the other end. So it was really tough. It did take me a while, so it's all I'm going to be doing today. I'll save the rest of it for another build video, as well as the rest of it in the last hallway over there for another build video. But I did want to get at least one done just to see how it looks, and I think it looks really good. I'm using this black duct tape to sort of close off the edges here, because when I cut it, it doesn't look very clean, so I want the edges to just look like they are flat, and that is what this black duct tape does. And I also have black duct tape at the bottom, and then the top folds over, and there's black duct tape on the top of the wall itself that you cannot see. So I'm sure you guys have noticed by now that I do have Twitching Banshee set up at the end of the hallway here. I will be moving her out of the way so I can get in and out of my house, but I did want to set her up here because I also got this light done. These beams right here are actually not necessarily put here for lighting. My dad just put them there because it was necessary for them to support this wall that was kind of leaning. So it was more of a thing that we needed to do, not something that I wanted to do. So there's going to be more of those beams, but actually made out of 2x2 since they're not supports. So 2x2s would be half the thickness of this along here to hang all of the lighting as well as the body bags. But I did figure that this one was in the perfect spot to put this light. This is it's called a box strobe light at Spirit Halloween. You can get it over there, and it's just a big, giant white LED strobe light. They do not sell the spot Strobe Light, the spotlight ones that are white anymore, so I'm kind of disappointed about that, but I wanted to get this giant one since it's the LED and it's not as bright as the spotlights. I wanted to get this giant one so that I could make sure my twitching Banshee effect is the best, because twitching Banshee is supposed to be sort of a jump scare once you come outside of the body bags that are eventually going to be here. Those will not be built until sort of the last week of October when my cousin arrives, because she's really good at DIYs and things, so that build video you guys can expect in the upcoming weeks. But twitching Banshee is going to be here. This is where she's going to be when it actually comes Halloween Day. I am going to give it a test run, like I said, see how that light looks. And behind her is going to be a tarp hanging down that has a slit through it so we can get in and out of our house, but that will be blocked off. Now here is hallway number 2. I have released the concept art for all of these halls except for the last one. My bad for not getting that out. The reason I did not get that out is because I just did not have enough time. Once school comes around, it becomes really, really difficult to manage the channel and schoolwork, and I didn't have any pre-recorded. I didn't have that pre-recorded, and so I just couldn't get it done. I should have had it pre-recorded over the summer, since I've had the idea for a long time. I could have done the video, but I just didn't get around to it, and since we're doing the builds, you will not be seeing a hallway number 4 concept art. But this is hallway number 2 right here, and it's still under construction, of course. Not much of anything is done. I do have the bed where it's going to be, but it's not even painted yet. These walls are going to be painted the blue and white stripes like the bedroom display was last year. I got Tricycle Doll's box right here. This is where she is going to be. Then this is where Menacing Molly's going to be. Once I get this 2x2 drawn up against here, she's going to be hanging right here, and I do have her box right here as well. And then of course Levitator Girl is right here. She's going to be on this bed, and I also have the static Fright Props Zombie Girl that's going to be in this corner with the dresser, which I have not made yet, so that is another build video coming down the line. You guys really gotta subscribe, because there's so many more build videos that I had to do, a lot more than last year, that's for sure. Here is Peekaboo Penny, and she is going to be accompanied by these 2 roaming dolls, which most likely will not be on since we do not have that much space in here. However, I am going to try to do some sort of display with Peekaboo Penny. I do not know yet what it's going to be, because it can't be another dresser, but maybe it'll just be like a nightstand or something, and we can put like some creepy lamp on it. I don't just want any animatronics to be sitting out on their own like this, especially not Peekaboo Penny, who is kind of a star of this hallway. Then you got Menacing Molly right here. Sorry, I apologize, guys. Then you turn the corner. This is Creepy Rising Doll. She is going to have a black light on her, which I will connect up to here. That will shine down on her. She looks amazing with the black light. This hallway is a little bit skinnier because literally all it is going to be is these crosses, which I also have not finished yet. So that will be another build video down the line. These upside down crosses. The wall backdrop for this hallway is going to be the bedroom wallpaper that's corroding at the bottom. I'm not sure what the actual name of that backdrop is on Spirit Halloween's website, but it corrodes at the bottom and kind of exposes this brick, and it's just this wallpaper that fits this kind of good. And then it's going to have all those upside down cardboard crosses, and right at the end is going to be Floating Ghost Girl, which I have not popped out yet. We have our Swing Girl here, but she's just here for right now. Those hay bales are going to be going outside. And there's also going to be another tarp right here to block the refrigerator, but also so that we can access the refrigerator. This is the shelf that you guys saw me build in the last build video. And this hallway is kind of a mess right here. It's kind of where we've been storing everything. These are going to go out in a second. I'll talk about those. You're going to have Death Row right here. I will be getting him out pretty soon. Hopefully this weekend I can start getting his chair done. There's still quite a few things that need to be cleared, I would say, in this hallway the most. This tarp, we were thinking about doing a roof with the tarp, but I do not think that is going to happen because of lighting and different things, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So what I am going to do to finish off this build video is I'm going to get all of these tombstones into the yard. I have cut the lawn, so it is now okay for me to put them in there. It won't be impossible it would have been impossible for me to cut the lawn, mow the lawn when I had all those tombstones in there, so I had to get that done first. That is done, so I am going to get all of these in there, and I plan on doing a little bit of a time lapse as well, so I might go ahead and set you guys up, and I'll see you when I am done with that time lapse. Alright guys, so I think that time lapse turned out pretty good. As you guys can see, the camera did start to sort of fall because I had it like taped up to this ladder, so it was kind of a weird setup, and then it started to fall, but I got it fixed up there and I watched it and it looked like it turned out okay nonetheless. And I did finish up these tombstones. I hope you guys think they look pretty nice. This is the first year I've ever done them in the yard, but like I think I said in my last build video, the reason my idea was to put them here is because we already have, they normally all go up there, but we already have so much stuff that's going to be there anyways that last year they seemed to kind of have no purpose and I barely used any of them, and this year they also would have not been used that much, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and put them all throughout the yard here, and I think they actually do look really nice. I think sometimes it does end up looking kind of tacky when you have them all up like this, but I feel like this has turned out pretty cool, and I may even add a fog machine and a purple light a little bit later down the line. So one little tip I have for those of you that are new haunters that are just getting started and maybe bought yourself a couple of these tombstones, the things that they come with, the little plastic things, do not work. What I do is I get these little green poles just like I get for the fence if you watched my last video, and I tape each and every one of them with Gorilla Tape to the poles, and that is the only thing I've found that tends to work. As you guys know, in October it tends to get really windy in most places, so these things do not last if they just have the metal stakes at the bottom. The wind will blow them all around and you're gonna lose your tombstones, and that won't be fun. So I had all of these put up here, and then I had this one little one at the end that may or may not still be there come Halloween time. So that's gonna conclude build video number 6, I believe. I'm not even sure, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you let me know what you think of this whole setup here, and of course what you think of the update on the haunted house, because there's so much more to be done and I would love to hear you guys' suggestions and comments on what we already have. So anyways guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.